just my nickname because my mother named me Cherie, my father calls me Sherry, people in hardware stores call me Sir. People in women's bathrooms call the cops. And my parents may not have agreed on how to pronounce my name, but the one thing they agreed on is that they're proud of me. For being a straight-A student. Which is the only time they ever referred to me as straight. To this day. And I'm married to a man. And it sucks. Because people are always pointing at me and my husband as proof that conversion therapy works. And people will ask me about my husband. And I like to describe it like this. Y'all ever seen that show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? And the gay guys go and they find a straight guy. And the guy looks like, kind of like me. And then they try to fix him up. My husband looks just like one of those guys on the show. The gay ones. And I'll ask my husband, I'm like, how does that make you feel? And he says, people just say that about me because I do self-care. Well, I don't know about you, sir.
I do.
All right. To me, self-care for men is a 2-minute shower, not a 12-step beauty routine that ends with do-it-yourself Botox.
I like that.
And I can't figure out why all of my vacation pictures are Grindr ready. My husband's all very Zoolander. I think he only lets me in the pictures just so he can look better. And then sometimes I watch him, he's watching the football game, and he's getting into it. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm probably overreacting. Surely he is not the only man screaming at the TV, throwing things, while wearing an exfoliating lip mask. The other day I asked my husband, I was like, if you were gay, would you tell me? And he says, if I were gay, would I let you wear that outfit? So wait, now I don't know if he's gay or just really mean. And my husband has his doubts about me too, even though he won't admit it. And you know how I know? Because he's always buying me power tools for Christmas. The neighbor next door asked him if I would be interested in power washing her house. Because she thought I was this handyman. And I get it. My husband's over there looking like a power bottom. I'm over here with a fully loaded tool belt. And I can't even so much as compliment a woman without my husband looking at me side-eyed. And I was like, don't you dare. I do not say that you're into quarterbacks because you watch football every week. And make me dress up as Jared Goff in bed. I still don't say it to her. And people will ask me, they're like, how do you know for sure you're not a lesbian? And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with these bits and pieces, let alone another woman. I don't know how that works. Man, it's easy. You just get it, and you go. And you're done. I don't know if they're done, but I am. I'm just trying to match the energy, you know? That's where I learned this from. Yeah. And I remember when I finally had to come out to my parents as straight. Yeah. My mom says, oh, you're just going through a phase. My dad says, you just haven't met the right woman yet. My baby sister, She started referring to my boyfriend at that time as my little experiment. To this day, my parents and my family still refer to my husband as my roommate. And my grandma, she's the worst. Oh, she's terrible. When we first got married, she says, "So did you guys..." And I was like, "Yeah, we got married." And she says, "Like gay married?" Grandma. And then she'll say, "I still don't understand how you guys do it." And I'm like, "Just like you and Grandpa did, but I'm not wearing petticoats, bloomers, and saying a prayer for forgiveness at the end." And she is a hypocrite, because when my grandpa died, she got involved with all these guys looking for a green card, and I felt bad, because she was just using them for sex. That's my favorite new joke, guys. And I understand the way I look is confusing to people. You know, I worked downtown Detroit the other day. I'm parking, digging through my bag, looking for a 20. I got all these singles falling out. So I think I'm funny. And I say to the guy, "That's my stripping money." And he perked up. And I'm like, "Maybe I got it." And then he says to me, "You ever go check out those girls in Canada? They take it all off." And then he fist bumps me. I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, bros before hoes. And I'll go to a bar, and there's always some drunk guy that's like, "I bet I can make you straight." Which is really rude, unless you're good looking. Then I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try it. We'll race off to the bed of my Ford F-150. What, you thought I drove a Subaru? And he'll look at me and he'll be like, "I'm gonna show you what it's like to be with a real man." 13 thrusts later, he's proved his point. I'm pulling up my boxer briefs, heading home. And my husband, he is good looking. He is tall, good looking, and people love to remind me of that. We walk into a restaurant together and he says, "Table for two, please." You thought he'd sound gayer, didn't you? His voice is quite deep for a gay man, I guess. Anyway, "Table for two, please." At which point the hostess looks at him and is like, "I'll be right with you." Turns to me, "DoorDash pickup's right over there at the counter, sir." I didn't even work for DoorDash. Uber Eats carry out same counter. Bitch. I go to my husband's work events. His colleagues are like, "Oh my God, you're so much fun." That's so cool, your brother brings you to these things. I know. Now when that happens, I don't get mad. I just walk up to my husband, give him a great big kiss on the mouth, start talking about what it's like for us as kids being raised in the South. Then I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. So I go back and I'm like, "Hey, just so everybody knows, we did have different dads."